What's going on? It's Coach Chaney, man. Complete athlete. See, 3 people in here right now. I'm trying to figure this webcam deal out. But if you can see me, type something in the chat box. If you have any questions, hit me up. Let me know where you're from. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. What's up, brother? How you doing? I gotta get my I gotta get up on this, man. But I want y'all to see my face. Can you see me? See it? See? I think if I get out of studio. Nah, I don't want to leave. All right, yeah, this thing tripping. But you can hear me. Yeah, see, that's the same thing I see. I don't know how this thing. I know one time I had it, then I stopped kind of doing lives. But I'll figure this thing out some kind of way, some way or another. I see, I just went to my webcam and it had my pictures. Can you see me now? Okay, there it is. Bam. What's going on, Sid? Where you from, man? I got Sid on here. Well, oh shit! I just pushed it down again. Florida, but living in Pennsylvania. What part of Florida did you come from? I'm down here in Fort Myers, about 2 hours south of Tampa, in Fort Myers, Florida. Alfonso Bailey, man, what's going on, brother? I got to do some business with you, man. Got to do some business with you. Man, when you gonna get back into coaching, bro? Poinciana, Florida. I think I remember you said. Okay, I got you. That's over there on the East Coast, I think, or near Tampa. I've heard of that before, but yeah, man, I'm just up, man. I need to do oh, you left when you was 4. Okay, so Pennsylvania is cold up there, man. My son just signed with Wisconsin, and we got to have him up there on the 15th of January. And man, I'm not looking forward to that trip, but it'll be cool dropping him off. You know what I mean? But I think it's supposed to be like 14 degrees when we get off the airplane. So, man, it's crazy. But Pennsylvania, man, y'all got some good football players that come out of Pennsylvania. I know University of Miami used to always have big time guys that came out of Pennsylvania. But the rest of you guys, man, on here should be 2 or 3 more other guys that are on, man. Make yourself known, my brother. Yeah, man, Sid, you can do it, man. Just, it's all about hard work, dude. You know what I mean? It's all about hard work. I mean, my videos, I talk about it all the time. It's just about that work ethic, man. That just doing things while other people are asleep, man. While other people are out there, um, running around doing nothing, man. You gotta put that work in, bro. That's the. I mean, there is no secret to it. That work is the deal. Like it's totally, what's going and what you need to do, and watching that film and studying your opponent, it really makes you play so much faster, and when you play faster, you when you play faster, you get more attention, you make more plays, and when you make more plays, more college coaches come, so that's the real big time ingredient, and what you need to be successful, when it comes to college recruiting or anything in life, man. Anything in life. So, and I'm proud of you, Sid. Keep working, man. Keep working. Combine results. I mean, combine results. I guess in regards to being an NFL player, I guess combine results are important. I never really, when coaches come see me, when coaches come to my school, there are certain questions that they ask, but it's a lot of questions that they don't ask that people think they do ask. And one of the things that they don't ask me about 40 times. They don't ask me really about stats. Um, yeah, the college coaches don't ask me, well, coach, how many yards did he rush for? How many touchdowns did he have? How many tackles did he make? They do not ask me that. They don't ask me about 40 times. Now, what they will ask me about is a 100-meter time. They'll ask me about a 200 and 400-meter time. But they never ask me about a 40 time. And I think the film, the first minute of that film, if a kid can really pop off and give a guy some goosebumps, they'll get recruited. And they come by the school to kind of verify height. In all honesty, I think they do. I think they have an idea based on film, how tall a kid is, but I think a lot of them come to the school to verify height. They verify height, they verify grades. They want to know if the kid has a chance to qualify. And combine numbers, 40 times, how many times you bench 225, it never comes up. Now, it's something that I put online. I'll show kids working out. But a lot of times when I post a kid, you will see me standing by that kid to kind of give the coaches an idea of how tall that kid is. Or I'll have them in a door frame. Uh-oh, I hit something wrong. Or I'll have them in a door frame or something like that. So, it's all relevant, man. It's people are. Yeah, I mean, I do think Twitter is the new wave. Every high school player should have Twitter, and they should absolutely have their real name on the Twitter. It shouldn't be a big dog 75 and all that stuff. Man, Twitter, they gotta have their real name. They gotta have something that kind of verifies their height, like a picture of them standing in a doorway. College coaches tell me all the time, if a kid says he's 6'2", they're going to automatically think he's 6'1", because, people will think, they're going to kind of pad the numbers. So it's all about, man, just how well you play, man. All right, buddy. Thank you for signing in, man. I hope you subscribe, buddy. Cloning, thank you very much. But Alfonso, man, it's just such a finicky situation. It's a crazy game. And, kids put a lot of pressure on themselves. Parents put pressure on. And thank you, Cloning. I appreciate you, brother. You the man. And I just think that we have lost some aspects of the fun of the game. Alfonso, just with all the stuff I've been seeing on Facebook, man, about youth sports and the coaches arguing back and forth and parents arguing back and forth. And I feel bad about you and your son, man. It's gonna be rough, man. It's gonna be rough. No, Jake didn't go to any combine. Um, he went to football camps, but he didn't run the 40. And you got to be careful as a coach, man, and a parent. You know, you run one bad 40 time, and sometimes it never gets away from you. Like, you know, you go up there and have a bad day and run a 4.9, you know, you get labeled. So if I know a kid's not going to run a fast time, 4.6 or better, I tell them not to run the 40. I'll tell the coach he's not running the 40, and they can take it the way they want. But you know, we want to get evaluated based off film. We don't want to get evaluated based off, you know, what a coach sees at a combine. We don't want to do that. So we try to be smart when it comes to those things. Like my guy Tavares Dawson, I'll let him run a 40 anywhere, you know, because he's gonna run a 4.3, 4.2. You know what I mean? My other, you know, guys, you know, maybe not, you know, but I don't want somebody to be eliminated because of a 40 time when they can really flat out play football. So that's how I feel about combines. I mean, most of them are money makers. Most time the kids got to pay for it. You know, people will say, "Hey, we don't send this to college coaches and all that stuff," and I just don't know how much college coaches really pay attention to that stuff. I know that football camps are really tryout facilities. You know, it's just like a big tryout. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they'll invite you to a camp just so they can see if you can play or see how you move, see how your feet are. So with COVID, all that stuff got eliminated, man, and it has made it tough to get, you know, the remainder of the 2021s any looks because, you know, it's just the whole COVID deal, man. And even 2022 kids are behind in recruiting. Hopefully we have a spring practice this year and we can get our 2022s recruited in 2023s. But, you know, with the transfer portal being full, kids given extra eligibility in college because of the COVID, it's tough to find a scholarship these days, man. Very tough. And that's kind of one of the reasons why Jake committed early, just so he can have a spot, man. And you know, thank God Wisconsin was somewhere he wanted to go and somewhere that was on the top of his list. You know, my alma mater, Florida State, offered him late, but it was too little, too late. They weren't showing no love, you know. So, you know, I always encourage kids to go where you want it, and you know, that's what Jake did. Who else on here, man? Who else on this live right now? Yeah, man. You obviously you had a great tape, man. Obviously you had, you know, you did your thing on the football field. And what grade is your brother in? What's going on with him? Where is he? I don't know if I knew. I didn't even know you had a little brother. Liberty is a good school, man. They made some noise this year. It's a good school. Really good school. But yeah, all you young guys, man, you gotta play, man. You gotta develop. You gotta lift weights. You know, if you do go to a football camp, you know what, Sid, you can email coaches your film, but email ain't what's going no more, dude. It's Twitter. You know, what you need to do is, do you have a Twitter, Sid? I'm gonna put my Twitter up here. Yeah, follow me on Twitter. But said to get recruited, dude, you need a Twitter. I mean, some coaches still swear by emails, but Twitter is the only way. I mean, you can put your film, your huddle highlights on Twitter. You can add coaches, you can tag coaches. I mean, you can share it with people who a lot of coaches follow, like myself. And Twitter is the way right now, is the number one way to get recruited. Twitter. Word of mouth is up there kind of high too. Coaches will come in and say, hey man, who do you know? Who in the area do you know? Who should I look at? You know what I'm saying? That word of mouth goes a long way. But man, Twitter is like, if you don't have Twitter, man, you don't know about recruiting, and you're gonna miss out. So, and if you go through my Twitter, once you sign up and you follow me, once you go through my Twitter, I just posted something a couple of days ago where I retweeted something where a guy kind of put a Twitter profile up and he labeled everything you should have and everything you shouldn't have. And it was right on point, man. And I think the biggest mistake that kids make is they don't use their real name for their Twitter name. And once a coach tries to find them, they can't find them. So this Twitter thing is huge, man. It's very important. Very important. What grade are you in, Sid? Yeah, you need to like get one tonight. It takes 5 seconds, dude. And you can put your huddle link in your bio. Okay, you start in the ninth grade. Perfect. You're in the ninth grade. Start it now. Post some pictures. Just like positive stuff. Retweet positive stuff. Put your pictures up there. Show yourself. In the next 4 years growing. But Twitter, the sooner the better. Let people know that you're from Florida too, dude. Let people know you were born in Florida. That'll carry some weight. You ain't got to tell them that you moved there at 4. You moved from there at 4 years old, but tell them you're Florida born. Like put that in your profile, Florida born. But I live in Pennsylvania, and people. Florida is a buzzword, man. Florida is a buzzword. It's college coaches see that state of Florida or Texas or Alabama or California. They take a second look. So that and weights. You know what I mean? You good to go, bro. Good to go. What's up, man? Anybody else got any questions? Anytime, man. And all that's in my videos too, man. I talk about all kind of random stuff in the videos, and I haven't made one in a little minute. But I'm gonna get back on there, man, and start making some more videos and I just kind of make stuff that comes to me, like I just if I go through something during the daytime, I usually make a video about it. People think I'm talking about them and all that type of stuff, but oh yeah, that's good. Good, man. That the weightlifting will take you really far. And don't forget the speed train. What position do you play? I don't know if I remember. But speed work, speed training is great. The weightlifting, the plyos, makes sure you stretch. Running back, yeah. Running back, man. Make sure your feet are good. Make sure you're doing your jump cuts. With your bags, and you change the direction. You don't want to try to be running over everybody every play. You won't last long playing running back, but make sure you're able to cut. Make sure you're able to run inside zone, outside zone, pass block, recognize who the Mike linebacker is. All that good stuff. All that information is readily available, dude. You know what I'm saying? You got a head start, man, from a high school coach. I got a running back at LSU. You know what I mean? So it's that footwork is big. Not just running people over, but that footwork, man, that avoiding those tackles, finding the holes, and making plays, man. That's what it's about. What it's about. I got a running back at my school who has almost 40 offers, and he's just a sophomore. He'll be a junior next year. His name is Richard Young. He's the #1 running back in the class of 2023. Look him up, man. Look up his highlights. He's a dude. He's a dude. Yeah. His last offer, I think, was Ohio State. He just got Ohio State. And their running back coach is directly recruiting him. And man, he's a monster. I'm gonna copy and paste his I'm gonna copy and paste his sophomore highlights because he was a sophomore this year. Get my camera back up here. Wow, big dudes. That's Richard Young's highlight tape. 6'1". Wow, dude. My brother. Are they twins or something? You putting brothers. Bailey, are they twins? Are they what position you think they're gonna play? And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. If they 6'1" in the 8th grade and they play any kind of skill position, a linebacker, if they can play a little bit, bro, they going to school for free. I'm just telling you right now, because a 6'1" 8th grader probably gonna end up 6'3" or 6'4". So you just gotta prepare them, man. They gotta do it in the classroom, but oh, okay. I got you. And they're freshmen? Or no, they're in the 8th. They play for North Pop Warner. Okay, I got you. Yeah. And then do you think the quarterback wants to continue to be a quarterback? Do you think he wants to play quarterback in college? Because it's something that's something comes with that. He has to if he wants to play quarterback in college, he needs to I got a guy in Orlando named Brian Trillo, and you can look him up on Twitter, Facebook. He's like the quarterback guru of Florida. Okay, he loves DB more. Okay, I got you. But this guy named his name ain't Brian, Bajan Trillo. He follows me on Facebook and Twitter, but like he trains all the big time quarterbacks, man. I think Jason Fields went to one of his camps. So the thing about quarterbacks is this: quarterbacks are discovered early. Like colleges are discovering quarterbacks in Pop Warner. You know what I mean? It's like, because and that's why most quarterbacks who aren't discovered early end up going to college as DBs or receivers. But guys like Justin Fields, Jameis Winston, Trevor Lawrence, them guys, the colleges knew about them as 12, 13-year-old. But DB at 6'1" DB, and it's in 8th grade, dude. He'll probably, with the right coach, he'll probably get an offer his freshman year. Both of them. Yes, sir. I think I'm gonna start I gotta start announcing that I'm gonna do a live so people can kind of schedule it and get ready for it. I know, I'm over 1,000 subscribers now, so I think they open up some things where I can do that. I gotta get on this YouTube thing and kind of study, what I need to do, to kind of advertise, be going live. I may go live again Sunday night and just kind of schedule it so I can have some people on here and we can talk about recruiting and that whole 9 yards. So, Alfonso, where are they going to school? Where are they going to go to high school? North, or do they just play at North and they can go somewhere else? And they definitely should have a Twitter right now. They should already have a Twitter. They are in zone 3. What's zone 3? I don't. Is that East? I know we got East, West, North, and South. I don't even know what zone 3 is. I should know, shouldn't I? I really should know. Dunbar. Okay, Dunbar is in East. I must be in zone 3 too. Because I think us Dunbar. Oh, it's Dunbar South Cyprus. Okay, I got you. Dunbar's a good school, man. Play good football. I can't. I like, Burnside being there. Good principal. Look out for the kids. I really can't say anything about Dunbar, man. Out of those groups, out of those schools that you listed, I think Dunbar would be the best choice. If I had to send my kids out of those 4, I'd say Dunbar is the best choice. Period. Hands down, no questions at all. You at Dunbar now? You coaching? That's good, man. I hope you coaching. Got you coaching, working at school, got a great side hustle. That's good, man. That's good. Nothing wrong with that, bro. Okay, good. 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 You did well for yourself, young man. I've always admired, you know, I saw you, I kind of heard about you being in college playing football, but I admire, what you do, man. You're doing a good job. Yeah, I understand that. You probably need to get back into coaching when your son get old enough. To be honest with you, not the whole daddy ball thing, but you know, nothing wrong with keeping an eye on him. Right there, being close. I did it without coaching my sons. You know what I mean? I didn't. I never coached their position. I was never a coordinator. I was fortunate enough to be a head coach every time, but I didn't. I definitely wouldn't coach their position. I wouldn't do that. I don't advise anybody else doing it. Man, we got 3 whole people in here, man. I'm trying to figure out how you see the participants. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have to do it. Like go through a tutorial in this thing, man. Try to learn how to do this a little more efficiently. Get people here. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Expose them. You mean in recruiting? Is that what you're talking about? Expose them to college coaches? Um, I think the primarily it should be coaches. Um, Coming from parents sometime, coaches look at that like, well, of course you're gonna think you're gonna tell me your son can play college football. Of course, you're gonna say that your son is good or whatever. And it kind of comes off a little different when it comes to parents doing it, but parents can absolutely do it. I mean, they can help their kids manage their social media. They can put their videos out there. Absolutely, they can. They can take them to camps. I mean, they don't have to wait on their coach to take them to camps. They don't have to wait on the fundraiser to take them to camps. I tell parents all the time when your kid gets an offer, if he's serious about the school, drop that money and go see that school. Go get in front of that coach as soon as possible. In those ways, yes. But I think when it comes to marketing and exposure, I think the primary job that should fall in the lap of the head coach or whoever he deems the recruiting coordinator. Like at Palmetto Ridge, Coach Townkin has put PJ Gibbs in charge of his recruiting. And PJ does an awesome, wonderful job. He's always promoting his kids. And, some coaches do it. Alfonso, I think I'm people say I'm overboard with it. But, I mean, I think I'm the one that gets to see the coaches. I'm the ones that get visited by coaches. And I think it's my job to talk to coaches about kids. Coaches don't have budgets that they used to have. They, with COVID, they can't come around. So I put kids on my Twitter and I text guys and I get phone numbers. I save them all in my phone and I follow all coaches on Twitter and kind of what I do. So I would say number one, the coaches. Your head coach should be promoting you. And like I said, man, some coaches do it by the phone. Some coaches do it by email. I do a mixture. And primarily, for me, it's Twitter. I got that advice from a guy named Ryan Bartow, who used to be with 247. 247 recruited Chris Curry, broke the news on Chris Curry, got him a lot of offers. And I asked Brian Bartow, I said, Ryan, how do you get your kids and how do I get my kids in front of college coaches? And Ryan's like, man, Twitter, dude. Twitter. He said coaches are at practice all day looking at Twitter. They're inboxing kids on Twitter because, sometimes they can't text them. They got dead periods. They got this, they got that. So Twitter is the cheat code until the NCAA. You know how it works. They're going to ban it sooner or later, and then you're going to have to find something else. So right now, Twitter is hot, man. Twitter is hot for recruiting. It's hot. No kid should be without it. If a kid has college dreams, they got to be on Twitter. Your little brothers, they would already have a Twitter account. Period, point blank. So, who else has a question, man? Hit me up. I know the last time I did this, I kind of did it in conjunction with Instagram. I had the phone here with Instagram Live, and then I had this, this YouTube Live. I think I'm gonna do that again next time. The problem with you talking about Zamari Harvin. I coached him in Pop Warner for about two or 3 years. He played with Jake all the time in Pop Warner. Him, Jake, Chick, and Duke, I think, was all on the same team one time. Zamari Harvin size is probably keeping him from receiving a scholarship offer. He is highly skilled. He's one of the best running backs that I've seen come through Southwest Florida. Kid's tough as nails. We hit him and hit him and hit him, and he still hit us for 180. Zamari Harvin is one of the best running backs that I've ever coached against. But his size in the landscape of college football right now will probably force him to be a Division II, Division III, or NAIA player. I hate it. But that's the way. That's what college football has turned into. It's size over production. Now, if you can produce and you got the size, you can name your ticket. But unfortunately for Zamari Harvin, the size just is something that's going to be hard to overcome. Yeah, it does suck. It does really suck. It's terrible. It is. But because this kid is a beast. Straight up and down. He's a beast. But college football is a business, man. Everybody needs to understand that. They don't care. They don't care. Their coordinators, their head coach is going to say, look, and I won't even name the school. This guy came to my school from a big major Power 5 school. And he told me they had a meeting that morning before he flew out to come to my school. He said his coach brought the coaching staff in for a meeting. And he said, if a kid doesn't have the potential to be a first-round draft pick in the NFL, I don't want it at my school. And I was shocked. And I was like, what? He said, Coach, my head coach told me if a kid is not a first-round draft pick potential type kid, don't want him here. And that blew me away. I didn't even know how to take it. I had to sit down and think about it for 2 or 3 days. So it's a copycat business. Nick Saban will tell you he don't want nobody on his team under 6 feet tall, not even the kickers. And they're winning national championships. And hey, that's what it is. And but there's amazing D2, D3, NAIA, JUCO, prep schools. There's some amazing schools out there. Don't sleep on them. It's still a great college experience. Great college experiences out there. So don't be that D1 or bust guy. People go D3 and all that stuff all the time, man. It is, and you keep your fingers crossed with your players, man, and your guys who have those offers or the guy who's fighting for an offer. You make sure you try to say, hey, man, you pray that he doesn't get hurt. You pray that these kids don't injure themselves at these 7-on-7 events and stuff like that, man. It's rough, but yeah, man, it's a business. And it's a tough business for coaches, for players. These coaches make a lot of money on this Power 5 level, but it's what have you done for me lately? Tavares Dawson committed to Auburn, but head coach got fired. And then the wide receiver coach, offense coordinator, Chad Morris, didn't get retained by the current coach. And he was the coach that recruited Dawson. So now, Dawson's up in the air. He's pushed his signing day back. And, what do you do? What do you do? So hopefully he'll make a decision and sign and be happy and God will bless him. God will bless him. Yeah, but I was just overwhelmed by these Pop Warner battles on Facebook, man. People just don't get it, man. It's like, dude, y'all taking football way too serious. And the kids love each other, man. They're friends, and the dad's fighting, and the dad say the coach terrible, and It's just, I tell you, man, it's hard being a coach in Lee County. Very hard because you can't win for losing. You know, can't win for losing. Scholarships are not awarded for year by year basis. Is that true? That's true. They're 1 year renewable contracts, but you really have to be messing up bad for your scholarship not to get renewed, dude. Like the guy in Wisconsin told me if Jake comes up there and fails every class, it will take him 2 full years to flunk out of Wisconsin. 2 full years that they can give you to get your stuff together, you know. But kids will commit crimes, get caught with weed and all that type of stuff. That's grounds for dismissal. When I was at Florida State, the first rule we learned was don't embarrass the program. Do not embarrass the program. That was the number one Coach Bobby Bowden rule. So I figure as long as you do your class work, do what you got to do, maintain the integrity of the program. Because the number one goal, man, is to get your college degree for free. I mean, it can be to be an All-American. It can be to go to the NFL. It can be all that. You can dream and have a goal to do anything you want to. But at the end of the day, bro, you have to, when you go to college and get that scholarship, you have to get your college degree. And guess what? Having a college degree doesn't guarantee success. There's a lot of guys I went to high school with that didn't even finish high school and they're millionaires with their own businesses, so that could be the case. But at the end of the day, if you get a college football scholarship, I think the number one victory of that situation is for you to get your college degree. That's it. Football is great. Networking is great. You'll meet a lot of great people, but that piece of paper, man, kind of seals the deal. And if you did that, I think you're good. I think you're good to go. And I talk about that in my videos on the channel, man. And just trying to give these kids some knowledge that I have, and everything I say ain't gospel. You know what I mean? But oh yeah, man, college degree, dude. I mean, and a lot of times, man, it just gets your foot in the door. Like, when I interviewed for the Lehigh job, I had only 1 year of high school coaching experience. That's when I went to North and coached Ernest Graham's defensive line. But the college degree got me in the door. It helped me, with my ESC certification, being able to get a job. And I just let my personality loose on them. And I showed my passion for kids. They knew I was passionate about kids, and that's what she wanted. She wanted a black male who was passionate about kids, who was a disciplinarian. And we've had our ups and downs. I've been through my share of troubles, but I've also had some great times at Lehigh. So that college degree made that possible. If I didn't have a college degree, I could never have even walked in that direction. Never. So education is very important. College football love kids that they don't have to chase to class. They love kids that they don't have to sit in study hall all the time. You know what I'm saying? Students moving from school to school, transfer, the deal is, man, it's a way of life now. When it first started happening, college coaches were like, man, if they're at more than 2 schools in 4 years, we don't want them. But they can't say that now because that's almost everybody. Look at the transfer portal in college. Look at the NFL guys now saying, hey, I don't want to play here. Trade me, demanding a trade. Look at the Pop Warner parents jumping from organization to organization. They had a Pop Warner parent this year put hats on the table saying, hey, my son's going to take his talents. It's like, dude, it's out of control, I can't, my son Bud went to Citadel, got a scholarship to the Citadel, and he transferred to Valdosta State, because of, Citadel was a risk because it's a military situation, but he just couldn't do it. So he went to Valdosta State. You know what I mean? So I can't say that I'm totally against it in certain situations. Hey, it is what it is, but I didn't have that option at Florida State. If you rode the bench for 5 years, that was kind of on you. I started 3 games my freshman year, started probably 6 or 7 my sophomore year, and I started 8 or 9 my junior year, and I started every game my senior year. So didn't get redshirted. I knew what I had to do to get on the field. You know what I mean? And you're right. There is no stability. People aren't willing to wait things out. They want instant gratification. They want to go to 7-Eleven and get that ham sandwich right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's a part of our culture now. And I think it's only going to get worse before it gets better, honestly. I don't see this thing changing no time soon. And to be honest with you, coaches have done it. They leave and they get other jobs and nobody says a word, and I don't know, man. I feel like you got to pay your dues and God will reward you. And the key to success in high school is this. If I have 50 kids on my freshman team, on my freshman roster, and 4 years later, I only have 15 seniors, we're not doing a good job. And that's happened to me. Palmetto Ridge had almost 30 seniors. They lost to Dunbar, but they had almost 30 seniors. Riverdale, James Delgado's first year, he had almost 30 seniors. But when you have to sit under 20, 15, 16 seniors, and you got 50 kids on your freshman team, something ain't right. The key is player development and maintaining that freshman team. And I don't know if you saw it today, but I put something out there on social media. Some of these disgruntled Pop Warner coaches, I want them to come coach my freshmen. I just need people who are willing to listen and willing to learn. And I'll give anybody a chance to coach. But man, we got to change the narrative. And it's hard to find on-campus coaches. It's just not enough money, not enough supplements. We got to find guys that volunteer. We got to help them to take ownership of these freshmen and JV squads, and some kind of way turn this thing around, man. But man, people just Al, because you coached on the staff, but people don't understand how tough this situation is, man. With no money, no budget, no booster club. Parents don't care. It's just like, hey, we're gonna drop him off, and you do what you need with him. And I mean, it's I could write a book on it. I could definitely write a book on it, dude. It's tough. It's tough, but it's enjoyable, man. It's rewarding, and hey, we do what we do. See, I should be able to check the names of who's in here, man. I'm gonna look at a few YouTube videos on these lives, man, so I can do better at this. Right. And history is going to tell you the likelihood is zero. You probably got a better chance of getting bit by a shark or struck by lightning than going to the NFL. So I think when I was young too, Al, my parents could have probably woke up and said, hey, he's going to Florida State or he's going to Florida. And I had a very good chance, to go to one of those schools. But now it's like, man, you can't even do that. It's like Clemson, Alabama, and Ohio State are the three toughest scholarship offers to get. And out of the three, I would say Alabama. I probably would say Alabama would be the toughest one. But Clemson, Alabama, Ohio State, even like my running back Richard Young only has Ohio State. He has Georgia. He got Florida State, and Miami. He got all that, but he doesn't have Alabama. Doesn't have Clemson. And I guarantee you, he probably won't get either one until his junior year. So that's the game they play. They play for national championships every year. They feel like they can wait. They don't have to rush to give out scholarship offers. Because if somebody gets a Bama offer, they're coming. They'll probably come. And I had a defensive tackle who chose Florida State over Bama, and it was cool. But I told him, I said, man, if you have one good year at Bama, that could be your red shirt senior year. You go into the NFL. And you'll probably be picked in the first 3 rounds. Choose what you choose, brother. Some people choose schools because they grew up being a fan of the school. I totally disagree with that. That's the worst reason in the world to go to a school. I mean, you need to go to schools. Number one, I believe in going to a place that really wants you, that really gives off that energy like they want you. I don't believe in a school like Florida State offered my son because a couple guys decommitted that inside backer. And to me, that's you come in as a second fiddle guy. Oh, you're lucky to be here. You better run through these drills. You're lucky to be here. Nah, bro. You go where you want it. Go where you want it. Go where you want it. And I feel like things can be better. And there's no guarantee anywhere you go. But man, I'd rather go where I'm wanted than be a second fiddle guy. I don't believe in that. Those are powerhouse schools. Oh yeah, I explain the nature of the business all the time. I really do. I explain it to them, man. I not only with recruiting, man, but with life, with women, with crime. A couple years ago, man, I had a promising kid, man, get caught with a gun. He was lost for the season. We had the Stephon Strider killing a few years back. Him being at that Club Blue, that was hurtful. I mean, I just talked to the kids about what went down at the Capitol. You talk about, is it parents' responsibility for recruiting? I feel like it's the parents and the coach's job to talk about national issues, especially racial issues. And I'm at a predominantly black school. I have a predominantly black football team. And, I like to talk about those issues with them. Some of them don't have fathers who can give them a man's perspective or a point of view on, what's going on in America. And I talk to them about what to do when they get pulled over. I talk to them about, what to do in a situation with girls, and, no means no, and respect and all that stuff, man. That's what I talk to them about. I don't encourage, premarital sex. I don't brag about that stuff. I don't ask them if they getting some. I believe that they have plenty of time for that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like as a young man, that's a very distracting situation. No, and yeah, they do it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to give them my opinion, and I'm gonna give them the opinion where they can focus on what they need to do to be successful. they'll have all the time in the world to do all that other stuff. You know, I don't agree with the young men smoking weed. I don't agree with kids going to these adult style parties. It's just my beliefs and my core values. And some people may say I'm overstepping my bounds, but man, we don't have enough quality men out there giving these kids quality advice. You know, I don't put my own kids on no pedestal. I don't care if you got a scholarship to Wisconsin. You're gonna do right, and if you don't do right, I'm gonna check your ass. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how I live my life, man. And you know, right, wrong, and indifferent. You know, we won't be remembered for how many football games we win, but we'll be remembered for how many lives we affect, or how many lives we change, or how many kids we help be good men and good business owners and good workers, employees, good family men, good, good, just that's what we're here for. And I feel like, the wins will come, things, it's going to be great. But at the end of the day, man, these guys only got 4 years. Most of these guys only got 4 years to play this game because only I want to say 7% of high school kids play college sports. You know what I'm saying? And probably only 1 or 2% play big time Power 5 college sports. So there's 93% of the pie in the other category that we got to focus on and we got to deal with. And I look at football like my ministry. You know what I mean? So, yeah, value over everything, man. Value over everything. It's going to be way more men. And guess what? There's a whole lot of men in prison. There's a whole lot more black men in prison than it is on the football fields in the NFL. So we gotta stop that chain of that supply. We gotta stop the supply of our black men to these penitentiaries through education, through values, through morals, through standards, through culture. We gotta cut the supply off. All right. And I coach white kids too, Hispanic kids. Same thing, no respect of person of color. If you come through my program, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get the business. So that's why we're here, man. That's why we do what we do. I don't encourage thug goon mentality on the field. I feel like you can tackle hard, you can tackle legal, you can run hard, run legally. You ain't got to be running your mouth after every play. I mean, if you do, that's you do it. But, I don't believe in the whole intimidation. I don't believe in it. I mean, either you're a better team or you're a better player or you're not. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I feel like football is should be like a gentleman's type sport where you play hard and you knock somebody's, head off, but you can help them up. Hey man, let's get it next play. You know what I'm saying? It's a brotherhood. All them players out there on that field trying to get to the same college, trying to get the same scholarship, trying to win football games, and there's no need to belittle people and downgrade people like I see sometimes. So, but hey, it's a barbaric game, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm cool with it, but that's just not the way I chose to play the game or the way I choose to coach the game. So. Well, guys, I've been on here for about an hour. I appreciate, you guys chiming in and listening in on the conversation. And I didn't have many people on, but those who came on, man, I really appreciate y'all. And Mr. Bailey, good night. I'm gonna get those quotes, man, and I want to do business with you, man. I respect your hustle, young man. Sid, man, you be good. And Complete Athlete, man, Coach Chaney. Y'all subscribe to my channel, man. Subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button. We're gonna come back with more and more content. The next live I do, I'm gonna schedule it. You know what I'm saying? So we can get this thing in. But anyway, Coach Chaney, peace out. I'm going to sleep, man. Peace.